Hey, what's up guys? Ryan and Jamie here from Zombie Game Labs, and welcome to the first episode of our Madden Pick Challenge, where we will be facing off against each other and the Madden 17 simulations in a weekly NFL Pick'em competition.
The rules are pretty simple. Each episode, we will both pick the winner of every game in the NFL for the upcoming week. We will also run a simulation for every game in Madden 17 to get Madden's pick. The ultimate goal is to pick more games correctly than the other person and Madden. The winner each week will get to bask in the glow of victory, while the loser gets put through the punishment challenge, which will include things that range from, oh, that doesn't seem too bad, to please God don't let me lose this week. If Madden beats us both, then we'll both do the challenge.
Also each week we will feature the game of the week. Picking that game correctly will automatically net that person 2 points, and we will show some sweet highlights from the Madden simulation.
We will start with the Thursday night game and our featured game of the week, which is the Denver Broncos versus the Carolina Panthers. Super Bowl rematch from last year.
And the Denver Broncos are now Peyton Manningless.
Yep. We do not have Peyton anymore. It's going to be Trevor Siemian. Never started a game ever in the NFL before, versus last year's MVP, Cam Newton. Got Denver's defense looking to come back, make a statement like they did last year. Carolina hoping to play a little bit better than they did in the Super Bowl.
Minus the dabbing.
So pick-wise, I, of course, being the huge Bronco fan that I am, and because I do have a lot of faith in my team, I picked the Broncos to win this game. I have a lot of faith in the new quarterback, and I think that he's going to prove a lot of people wrong, and I think our defense has a lot to prove as well.
I, on the other hand, went for a very sophisticated statistical reasoning for all of my picks, and I decided to let my 5-year-old pick all my picks. She decided that the Carolina Panthers would take this one because the kitty was pretty.
Well, we'll see how that strategy works out for you, I guess.
She's a pretty smart gal.
I hope so, for your sake.
She hates football.
Oh, God. The Madden side of things, if you're watching the highlights, Denver really dominated. I watched the full simulation, and the defense just played very, very, very well. They only allowed 11 total yards at the end of the first half. Trevor Siemian threw 2 touchdowns in the first half, and then Denver added a third touchdown later on in the third quarter. Carolina scored late in the fourth, but they weren't really able to muster up any kind of comeback or anything. And Madden ended up having Denver win 24-7. So for our featured game of the week, I got the Denver Broncos.
I have the Carolina Panthers.
And Madden chose the Denver Broncos as well. So getting into our 12 o'clock games on Sunday, we're going to start off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Atlanta Falcons. Madden and myself went with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And I went with the Atlanta Falcons.
Next, we got the Buffalo Bills versus the Baltimore Ravens. We were straight down the board on this one. Ravens for all three of us. Just think at home, Baltimore is going to be a little bit better than Buffalo.
And honestly, what does Buffalo have to offer?
They're always one of those teams that you think is going to be great, and then they don't show up. Easy pick for all three of us, I think, on that one. Baltimore straight down the board. Next game, we got Houston versus Chicago. Brock Osweiler's first game in Houston versus Jay Cutler's maybe last season in Chicago.
If any consolation, it's going to be ended by J.J. Watt. According to his tweet.
Ryan and I were the same on this one. We both went with Houston. Madden picked Chicago.
Next game, we have the Green Bay Packers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're from Wisconsin. Don't know why either of us picked Jacksonville for this one, but this is going to be one of those clear, we hope, upsets to come across the board.
I'm not going to say that I root against the Packers or anything like that, but I just have a good feeling about Jacksonville. They're young, talented, up and coming. This is a big game for them. I have high hopes for them. For San Diego versus Kansas City, I went with Kansas City. This is really a no-win situation for me. I hate both these teams. Kansas City's just better, in my opinion.
I had no reason other than my 5-year-old saying that she liked the lightning bolt.
I mean, I almost want to pick them just for that reason, too.
My family is a pretty big Kansas City fan. I don't know why we wouldn't have went with that one, but Phillip Rivers.
Melvin Gordon.
Up next, we have the Oakland Raiders versus the New Orleans Saints. This one, Madden and myself, we picked the Saints. I believe Madden chose for the same reason that my 5-year-old chose, and that the logo was beautiful.
I went with the Raiders because it's the exact opposite of that, and they're going to be a good team this year.
Raiders have the best fans.
Ugh. Next up, we got the Jets versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Both playoff teams last year. Or no, the Jets missed it by a game. They had a terrible last game. Never mind. But I went with the Bengals. I think they're very good in the regular season. Don't show up for the playoffs, but that's not what we're picking right now.
I picked strictly because can't back a redhead quarterback. Just can't happen.
Madden picked Cincinnati as well, and the final score for that game was 38-17.
Next, we got the Dog Pound versus the Eagles.
RG3's first game in Cleveland. Carson Wentz, his first game for the Eagles. I went with the Browns. I believe in RG3. I believe in Terrell Pryor, and I believe in Josh Gordon when he gets back. Hopefully, he stays off the weed for long enough to play a full 12 games this season.
Won't happen.
Looks like Madden went with the Eagles as well. Funny thing about the Madden score for this one too is they had the Eagles beating Cleveland 51-0. Cleveland can't even muster up a field goal, and Philly puts up 51 points. Unbelievable.
Seems legit. Next is the Vikings versus the Tennessee Titans. Honestly, this seems to be one of those lose-lose games. No one really should win this. The fans don't even win this.
If anything, Tennessee's got Mariota, and they got a good running game. So that's why I picked them.
Let's just hope that Teddy Bridgewater comes back healthier sooner.
All right, we got, for one of the 3 o'clock games, we got Seattle versus Miami. The battle in South Beach. I went with Seattle. Madden went with Seattle.
I went with Miami because sometimes when you talk to your 5-year-old, the sun is just what catches your eye.
I like that. I really don't know why I picked Seattle. I think I actually went with like who I thought would win, and I got Seattle on that one.
I will never ever back Seattle. I say that now, but maybe later on in the season I'll probably start picking them.
After the demolishing of the Broncos in the Super Bowl, I have a very hard time picking them, but it is what it is. Super Bowl champs now. Alright, in one of our final 3 o'clock games, we got the Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants.
Another quarterback down.
Yeah, were we surprised when Romo went down, to be completely honest?
We can't have one good Wisconsin quarterback ever.
For picks, I went with the Giants.
I should have backed the remaining Manning left in the NFL, but yeah, just didn't happen.
5-year-old was feeling the star on that one.
She's big into the American flag and red, white, and blue. I mean, they're both kind of like red, white, and blue, but she's like very big into stars and shapes right now.
Makes sense. That whole NY thing. I figured maybe alphabet, she'd be pumped for the NY, but she went with the shape instead.
On to the best game. I'm a big Colts fan. I didn't choose my picks. I didn't have bias. I didn't have a choice in the matter. I let her choose all of them, and she chose the horseshoe. I asked why, and she said, because I don't like lions.
Not a lot of people do. Not even Madden likes lions.
She kind of fits in the Wisconsin theme of not liking rival teams, but you know.
Madden also went with Colts. That was one of our unanimous picks for the week, was the Colts over the Lions. I think the Lions are going to be struggling without Calvin this year.
The Lions are the Lions.
Yes, they are the Lions. They shall always be the Lions. Even though the Colts need to learn how to block for their 180 or 200 million or whatever he is quarterback.
Give it, till
he
first 5 minutes of the game.
Till he lacerates his spleen again.
They'll figure it out sometime.
In the Sunday night game, we have the New England, what are they? Patriots?
I believe they're the New England Deflators.
Yeah, deflators? The cheaters? Whatever they are.
Deflategate?
That team in New England that happens to win games by maybe stretching the rules or totally breaking them against the Arizona Cardinals.
And the Cardinals was my choice, but not my choice because the hair sticking out the back was cute on the Cardinal.
Never really looked at the logo as in that way, so I like the.
She's got a very open mind.
I like what she's bringing to the table here. Madden obviously is in love with the Patriots because they probably paid off the developers to make them awesome as well, because that's what the Patriots do. But I also went with the Cardinals because Cardinals are gonna win. Going into the first Monday night game of the doubleheader on Monday night, we got Washington versus Pittsburgh. Before we talk about our picks, just want to point out that Madden picked Washington to win, and the score for this game was 63-14. The Washington Redskins are going to score 63 points in an NFL football game.
Against the Steelers.
This one blew my mind. I think that we are going to be safe on this one as not getting beat by Madden with the Steelers selection.
Easy win.
GG easy on that one. For the final Monday night game and the final game of week 1, the first game for the LA Rams being back in the NFL. Not in LA yet, but first game of the season for them versus San Francisco.
And you can also see Colin Kaepernick not stand up for another game. At least he's giving all of his jersey profits to...
He was putting his money where his mouth is, so gotta respect him for that.
As long as he's giving out some charity and he's making not light of the situation, but he's putting it to a good cause, you can back him on that.
I went with as far as picks go, went with the Rams, as well as Madden, went with the Rams. Ryan, you chose the 49ers.
Along with the whole red, white, and blue theme, she liked red more than blue that time. Maybe she just didn't understand what a Ram is fully.
Could be it too.
49ers can pull it off.
Yeah, you never know. That's a wonderful part about week 1. You never know what's gonna happen. You don't know where teams are.
All those upsets, injuries.
Yep, it's all waiting to just come crashing down. Madden is also in love with the LA Rams. I'm pretty sure in the season I've played through that they made it to the Super Bowl in the first season as an LA Rams. So I don't know why they're in love, but they are.
They always seem to back teams that have something big happen to them.
True. New Orleans. Do have all of our picks listed out there.
Out of all the picks that we only had 3 unanimous decisions, which is actually kind of surprising. Overall, week 1 picks set in stone. Looking forward to the week to come and what the games actually come out to be. I guess good luck.
Good luck to you as well, but I hope you lose. Sorry.
Likewise.
All right, so we're picking our loser challenge for the first week. What will the loser have to do?
Got
lots of good stuff in that basket.
Lemonade stand. Sell lemonade. Proceeds go to the Help Me Pick Better Teams next week in my NFL Pick'em League, and have to sell at least 1 cup to any random person going by. So,
well, that should be fun. Look forward to it.
We'll see you next week, and we'll see who the loser is.
You guys have our picks there. If you are interested in playing along as well, feel free to put your picks down in the comments below, as well as like and subscribe to the video so you can be sure to catch next week's picks the day they come out so you're not behind.
Also, you can check out the results of the challenge that we will be having, and if you have any suggestions for challenges for us to do for the loser of the week, please put those in the comments below as well.
Look forward to seeing kind of what you guys have in mind for the terrible, awful things that you want us to do. Well, want Ryan to do when he loses every week.
We'll see.
Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you back next week.